Just 6 games of hoops on a Sunday this year Express Tour.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Got a fresh lineup, yeah, fresh outfit. But I had a parking lot on Smash. Plus I got a Chevy with a 4.
I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far.
Cause it's just another day in the life of the boss.
Baby, we make magic. Come home with a thug, let's get cracking. Always well, baby, cause happens. She got the back seat, just a freak in the mood. Hopped in the tray just to let the top.
It's the NBA, and it's live right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. And it's been home cooking for the Spurs in the midst of a homestand here in San Antonio. Well, it's been an improvement this year over the last season. They made a lot of adjustments, and happy to see that they translate into some tangible results.
And, you know, right now for San Antonio, what a start to the season it's been for them. I mean, it has taken them no time to find that rhythm. They have looked fantastic from day one.
And, Greg, we knew they had potential, but thought it would take a while. What's been surprising is how quickly they've made it happen.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Bledsoe and Knight of the backcourt. Tucker and Morris holding the forward spots. And it's Chandler in at the center position. Watching P.J. Tucker, he does all the little things for you, plus some big ones as well. Ever since he came into the league, Clark, he's been a tremendous glue guy.
Yeah, he's a Velcro guy. You don't want him handling the ball a bunch or launching a lot of threes, but he's physically imposing, and he gives you what he's got. You know the effort is always going to be there with him.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Duncan kicks to Aldridge. The 15-footer and another basket for San Antonio.
Really nice way to get your first bucket of the day.
For Phoenix, they've gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. And the wide-open shot from Morris. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Morris has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The Spurs have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Parker kicks to Green. Here's Duncan, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Can't be any surprise to you that Tim Duncan, folks, last year became the leading rebounder of all active players. Passed up Kevin Garnett for that honorable distinction. We're talking 15,000 rebounds total over 18 seasons.
That one is no good. So getting back to Duncan's rebounding, he's always had the great size and wingspan and timing, and he really positions himself well for those rebounds. But what seems to separate him is his quiet toughness. He'll never back down.
Yeah, it's hard. You know, he's not a guy that's going to yell or pump his fist. He's not going to flex his muscles to the crowd. He just silently assassinates you
well said.
out on the floor.
You're right. You're so right. Now here's Bledsoe. We saw him with 29 points last game. That drops. Morris has got his second basket of the night.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Right side, Green. The shot. Drops one in from the wing.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100% can't do better than that.
Bledsoe kicks to Knight. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
Assist goes to Eric Bledsoe.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Jeff Hornacek. I asked him what they needed to key in on defensively, and he said, well, we've got to limit penetration by Tony Parker. He's really the, quote, head of the snake, and with his floater, he doesn't need to get all the way to the rim to score. It's crucial that we do our best to keep him outside the lane. Guys, that's no easy assignment. We'll see how much success they have defensively.
All right, Doris. And Bledsoe, here we go. Nice D from Duncan.
Nothing dropping for him, so I think in the best interest of his team, he may need to think about not shooting right now.
And Parker gets it to go. The assist from Green.
And guys, when you watch the Spurs play, it's like watching poetry in motion. I mean, every cut, every screen comes at a precise time, and they play beyond the sum of their talents because of that style.
Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against Memphis.
And we've seen them play better games than that one, but still, they were able to get the win.
And the surprising thing to me, guys, was that it was easy how they got the win. They weren't even at their best, and it was relatively easy. Impressive.
It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. A different look now for San Antonio. Boris Diaz checked in for Duncan. Butler comes in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Pass to Booker. 6 on the shot clock. Glenn, a screen. Here's Price. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. Price has got his first basket of the night.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
No good from Booker. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Dion. Len grabs the board. Pass to Booker. He feeds it to Teletovic. Suns keep it alive. For San Antonio, they've gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. Look at that jam! Beautiful.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Well, T.J. Warren had a very interesting start to his NBA career. Spent most of the first half in the D-League. In the second half, Clark, he finally got some minutes, and they provided a spark.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't have great range on his jumper right now, and he's not an elite ball handler, but he's one of the best cutters in the game. Moves well without the ball, so I think his future is bright nonetheless.
Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for the Spurs.
That'll be a Suns timeout.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
And talking about TJ, guys, he put up a few interesting numbers towards the end of last season. Shot 64% from the field in March. Had 18 points in one game, 17 in another. The last game of the year, he chips in with 6 assists. So now it's up to him to put it all together on a more consistent basis.
And up the court come the Suns on the break. Len's shot is off. San Antonio leading. Diaw dishes to Mills. Back to Diaw. Pulls it from the elbow. And he nails the jumper.
And, you know, getting back to TJ, yes, he needs to improve his shooting range. But what I'd like to see are major improvements on defense. I mean, he shows active hands when he's near the ball, but he can also be a bit lazy as a defender and gambles and reaches too much. That won't get it done at this level.
Now, here's Mills. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
I tell you what, he clearly